Welcome back everyone to the Monster Hunter world. We're going to post the quest. In this case, we're going to click on optional and we're going to choose, let's see here. We already did juice. Where did you? We could choose Adjanath or we could go straight to Pigrathian. I think those are my only two choices, but I want to capture the Adjanath just to make sure. So we'll do Adjanath this time and maybe we'll do Pigrathian later in this episode. Let's see how long it takes me to actually fight the Adjanath, and then we'll make the decision from there. Pig Rathian's gonna take me a while, probably at least 15-20 minutes, so that'll likely be an episode in of itself, but we'll see. In the last episode, we talked about not feeding trolls. Don't feed the troll. That's wisdom from Grandpa Chris, from way back in the early aughts of the internet. Don't feed the troll. Also, if you land next to the Adjanath, be ready to take it to cut whatever. I want to say Pound Town, but I'm not gonna pound an Adjanath. I'm just gonna kind of hit it with this weapon till it dies. I like how you can chase after the monster in any area you want, but it has designated areas it wants to be in to actually fight you. So if you start hitting it, it may attack you once or twice, but it will eventually... Oops, that's not... I don't know why that happened. It'll eventually retreat and into an area where it's more comfortable fighting you, because it's designed to have a fight in this particular number 6 section. If you play any, by the way, if you play any older Monster Hunter games, i.e. pre-World, they have a mechanic that allows you to paint the monster. It's actually temporary, but it does last a decent amount of time. And one of the first things you do in those Monster Hunter games is you take out your paint. I don't know if it's paint spear or paint bomb or what it is. The first thing you learn to do is paint the monster. It allows you to keep track of it when it flies away, so because in a lot of cases each section, you see how there's little sticks in the mini map to my bottom left. A lot of cases you'll have each area 6, 5, whatever the number is, you have to personally load into that area, okay? So there are certain areas that monsters will more likely appear, you'll fight them in there, and then they may run to a different area and eventually fall asleep or take a nap in a nest somewhere. But flying monsters like Rathalos, Rathian, etc. may take off and they may fly up into the sky and then they may land in a different area. So painting them is important because you can't just run behind them and follow them to the next area. Whereas in this game, they remove paint spears, at least in the vanilla version of this game, they remove paint spears. But it made it a lot easier to track the monster because they replaced paint or tracking spheres with your Vigor Wasp, something, I don't know, little bugs that you keep seeing that look like those right there that track the monster for you. They're called something, I can't remember what they're called, something bugs. Shoot it. Alright, that's gonna be big damage to the Adjanath. Okay, big damage is 200. That's not that big a damage. Considering I'm doing here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Knocked him over. That was about what? That was about 2,700 damage. That was about the same. Maybe I shouldn't complain. One of my biggest complaints about this game is the ability to see the monster. Feels like the camera's too far pulled in. And I get it. If you're, I mean, you're doing essentially an over-the-shoulder camera, okay? With monsters that are the size of fucking dinosaurs, okay? So of course they're not gonna always fit inside the camera. But it just seems like there's just so less to see of the monster as compared to the following two sequels. And prequel, for that matter. I don't know. Ugh. For anyone who cares, not that I'll be doing this forever, but I will not be playing any Monster Hunter that is a turf war between Toby Kadachi and Agenath. Just walk over here and sharpen our blade while they fight it out. By the way, Agenath usually wins this because he's a giant T-Rex. One of Agenath's biggest weaknesses is his nose. When he shoots it up, it gives him the ability to spew fire. It's also a weakness point for him. Downside is it's very difficult to hit that weak point without either some variation of a ranged weapon, whether that be light bow gun, heavy bow gun, regular bow, or a longer weapon like long sword, great sword, switch axe. There's another one in there. I can't remember what it's called. It's some sort of not dual blades, not sword and shield. I don't know. It's kind of like if you made your shield and sword way too big to actually be legitimate, able to wield. Switch axe, called something else. I don't know. It's essentially an oversized sword and shield, and its whole gimmick is that you power up the sword, transfer the power into your shield, then power up your sword again, and use a full elemental blast to basically deal big damage to the monster. We talk about weapons I want to learn. It is at the bottom of the list of weapons I want to learn because it is so complicated. It is possibly the most complicated. I don't know what happened there. Okay. You know, what is it called? Insect glaive, complicated. This weapon, way more complicated. Longsword, somewhat complicated, not really. This weapon, not as complicated. Obviously, you got your Unga Bungas. I didn't hit him enough. Problem with Agenath, when you're trying to capture him, he's got way more health than you think he actually has. He starts doing like the limpy thing. He's like, nah, that just means I have half health. Bullshit, you have half health. I'm gonna do another 1,000 damage to you and you're gonna be dead. Not even doing all that much damage because I need to sharpen my blade. Sharpen the blade, Chris. Oh hey, Rathalos, have another turf war. Except in this case, you're gonna fucking decimate the fucking Agenath because you're apex predator. Rawr, I'm mad. Not 100% sure why when he gets angry he flares out what looks like a what do they call that on dinosaurs? They're essentially like fans, which in the time of early dinosaurs, they use that because all the dinosaurs were cold-blooded, and so they use these fans in order to soak up more sunlight to help warm their bodies, which was important for that time period. Rathalos may leave the location soon, that's fine. I don't care as long as I kill this fucker. He's probably on his last life now. Particularly as Rathalos probably picked him up and dealt about 500 of 1,000 damage to his ass. Yep. Alright, we slayed another monster. Alright, let's carve this bitch. You give me nothing? Yeah, Ageneth scale, that's fine. Ageneth health, that's fine. Ageneth scale. Okay, those are more or less common items. I will capture you later, off camera. Here's a rare pickup, Golden Bloom. I don't know if that helps me out at all in terms of the way the cantina is or not, but I do know that some of the items are important for the cantina. Who knows? New optional quests are available. Also appears I got another piece of material for the cantina. Speaking of which, let's go on another mission. Except this time, let's go on the actual mission we were designed to go on about 2 or 3 episodes ago. This time, I am more ready than I was previously. However, I still have the same equipment equipped as I did previously. Only difference, sword I'm wearing on my back is a dragon sword instead of the Jaguar's sword. Not sure this is a smart idea or not. We may have to switch back to Jaguar's sword because it's non-elemental, but we will see how that goes. I'm going with the elemental disadvantage right now in this initial hunt, but if need be, if it looks like I'm not doing enough damage, I may switch over to Jaguarus again. We'll see. This is the same area, same, I guess, quote-unquote, same fight. I don't think anything's really changed. If I spend too much time here, though, it may change. We'll see. Like there's a pink Raytheons here. There's a Legiana in here. There's a whatever this thing's called. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce these words. Everyone knows at a certain point we just start calling things by its nickname instead of its actual name because we can't agree whether or not it wants to be called A or B. Iziaku. Iziaku. The latchberries taste like latchberries. The sword I'm using is going to murder this monster. You ran a monster here, we'll try to capture it, said the protectors. Thanks. Hello, Pete Raytheon. I see you now. You're much harder than your green cousin. Does green become pink eventually after many battles or something? They sort of imply that the Pink Raytheon is a older, harder to, like, more grizzly fit, like something that's been around longer, that's fought longer. Rawr! Said the Raytheon as it jumps back to shoot fire, and I hit it with the total of about 100 damage there. It flies up in the air, luckily doesn't hit my body. I focus on its tail. I get poisoned. Fuck you, that's why. We're gonna do a spin though. Just typical of Raytheons. Do the spin thing, they do the flip thing, they do the fire attack. Chomp. It's pretty normal. Jump back, fire, fire, fire. The pattern's a lot more complicated than it is in Wild. Don't know why it's more complicated in Wild. Do you think that she'd get different moves? I believe she does get some moves that are a little different, but I don't know. Overall, she seems a lot harder in this game than she is in Wild or from the other one. Get on their back. What I want to do. Gotcha. Kind of. Gotta turn around, Chris. There's an S&S. You gotta be able to turn. Take your time, make the turn. Line up your shot. A little aggressive here, as you can see. Kinda need to heal. Not smart with the fire there. Antidote it up. So, antidote takes a little long to proc, to be honest. But I hate using the fucking antidote pill. It's such a fucking waste. Takes too much to make. I don't know. I've made a number of them, so maybe I shouldn't complain. Alright, let's get this tail off. Nope, not off yet. Gotta keep attacking. I believe the little spike on her jaw. Pretty sure you can break that. Not sure what it does. Probably affects its ability to make fire, but could be wrong. Anytime a Raytheon's flying, it's a trouble. Usually because it's about to do a backflip. It can also run away, you can see, but I'm not really concerned about running away. Aha, you saw me. Great. Great. Glad you did that. Alright, dickhead, come on around and I'm going to jump on you. Just like that. And then we'll hopefully tie you up. See if we can get you over by the Palico. The... whatever they call them. Hunter rescuers. A little bit more. Not here, over there. A little bit to my left. I don't think it's gonna happen. It's okay. Fine. I don't care. Alright, stick it in his face. Not the best damage, but okay. Sweet. Saku took him to the fucking barrel there. I wasn't looking. He said, "Here, be blinded." And I said, "Sure, I'll gladly accept that. Thank you." You ever tell someone a story that takes like 5 years, like, hey, I need to tell you the story of what happened in the last 5 years. Uh, so yeah, I gotta tell you in the course of like, say 100 words, but because I don't have time to really tell you the full fucking story, because this isn't a phone call. But nevertheless, can I have your fucking tail already? You're pissing me off now. I mean, I don't technically need his tail if he chooses to die. He chooses to die, but like, I'm trying to eliminate a key problem of the Raytheon, which is its poison tail. Which is hilarious because if you fight the Rathalos, you've got the opposite problem. It's poisonous in its talons, and you're not probably going to break those. You may be able to, I don't know. It depends on what game we're playing. But I'm thinking you probably aren't going to break the talons. But you don't have to worry about it doing a backflip and causing near instant poison. Also, could you imagine being like a Rathalos? And you're like, I'm gonna plow this Raytheon. And all of a sudden it sticks its tail in your belly. It's like, well, you're poisoned now. I guess you could also be anti-poison from that if you use your, you're used to it or whatever. Or I guess if you held the tail down. Who knows? Monster Hunter biology is confusing. Get them wings. Get them wings, boys. Get them wings. Knock them over. Okay, gun. We're gonna hit tail now. Give me your fucking tail. There we go. Great. Thank you for the tail. I needed that. Tails are important because in this game, Rathalos tail is a carvable item. This is Raytheon spike, which is kind of weird. You can get a fucking spike out of the tail, when in reality you should be just getting strictly the tail. Stop! I just want you to lay down and die so I can capture you already, okay? Sorry. Not this time. Every time it does that, it always fires in threes. I think Rathalos. Yep. That's the attack I was afraid of. Just say Rathalos usually powers up for a very powerful single fireball attack. Can sometimes cart your ass. Ugh. Anywho, we're switching blades again. We're gonna go with I don't want that one. I have many blades, as you can see, most of which I will not be using because they are a bit overpowered. Like the defender stuff is like, why are you giving me blast when I haven't actually fought anything with blast damage yet? And why do you make it so easy to upgrade this fucking thing? Like, oh, hi, We saw that you made this weapon for 1 iron. Would you like to upgrade it for 1 additional iron? Or perhaps like something easy to get like a light crystal or a malachite ore? Something that you get almost nearly immediately from just farming your first uh, mining spot. And then later on in the game, we're going to make the upgrade for it a singular, I kid you not, a singular pink Raytheon scale, which basically you can get as a random drop if the monster happens to run into a Legiana. The fuck is that shit? Also, I'm bouncing pretty badly off uh, of its harder armor. Hi, you got your ass kicked. Oh, hey, look, it's Odogaron. Why don't you two have a fight? So one of the fun facts is in high rank mode, sometimes Odogaron will sneak its ass up here, even though you already have Legiana and Izaku up here, and then he'll just come up here, fucking fight the the whatever Polomalu, and then just fucking go back down into the fucking uh um what do they call that, the rotten veil. Just show up, fight them, just fucking disappear. And just give him a spanking. See how it says Pink Raytheon Carapace? I think that's what you use to upgrade that one piece. Not multiple things. Not, oh, you need a pink Raytheon, a little pink Raytheon thing, and maybe like some other regular Raytheon, or here's some Diablo stuff that you need to go gather, or whatever. No, it's just like, fuck you. Just, here's one pink Raytheon scale. You can use that to upgrade your overpowered weapon to even more overpowered. Alright, we're gonna go capture the Brathian. I'm pretty sure he's up top here, where Legiana likes to hide out. Though he may also have hidden himself in a different area. I'm just not paying attention right now. We will see. Alright, we're going to go down now and we're going to capture the Wraithian. Peaky Wraithian. We're going to get our little rock trap ready. Fortunately, because the fact that this is not solid ground, I cannot put a shock trap here. So what instead we're going to do is we're going to pop a shock trap down here. We're going to basically throw this red pit or whatever rock type thing I can at it. Force it to fall on. We're not really going to force it. It's going to choose to come up here. When it lands, I'm going to hit it with strength bombs. And that'll be the end of it. Because it's an idiot. A little factoid before we finish the episode. You cannot capture Elder Dragon. You can only fight them to the death. Hooray! We're going to find that out here in just a second, I think. Or I might make that the next episode. Let's find out. Nah, we're gonna do it here. Fuck that. Just kidding. We're gonna do that next episode. I lied.